Joining me in the studio for a more update on this is TVC News senior correspondent Sharon Ijasan. Sharon, you have been on this for a while. In fact, you had a special report on this over the weekend, and that got JAMB's attention. But as you monitored the exercise today, we've seen students frustrated, some even crying from Prince's report. What were your observations as well?
Well, personally, I feel rescheduling the examination came too fast. Whatever was the challenge that the examination body encountered in the last few weeks is something that probably needed more attention so that there will be quality service delivered to the student and parents as well. From my observation, I've covered education for about 10 years. This is the first time that there will be complaints and the examination body would react. Probably because we have social media now and people, are ready to voice out, make content out of situations, and everybody's trying to hold every institution accountable. This is not to rubbish the work that Professor Ijasan has done at the Aims of Affairs running JAMB as an institution. For the past few years that he's been on seat, he's been able to curb examination malpractice, and it's very unfortunate that this is happening at this time. But is to say that, like the educationists have recommended, it's high time that there's a total overall to see what is doable, what needs to be done to ensure that there is a feedback mechanism.
I will get to that shortly because, we spoke to a professor yesterday who also has shared the same sentiment. In fact, some of them have now sued JAMB. But I wanted to stay on what you said, which I think is very critical. You said at the very beginning, the rescheduling of the exam came too fast because Ayo's report earlier, Ayo Media Jigbe, who also covered Lagos, some people said they got their texting messages for the rescheduling very late. And some have not even come to the center.
That's not even just the challenge. Some actually had to sit for agriculture exam for the West African Senior School Certificate exam. That's WAEC. So this to tell you that the timing wasn't too good. And this also comes back to what educationists are recommending, which is we don't have to hurry to write this examination. JAMB is not just an O-level examination, it's pure A-levels. And you have to be really prepared to write the examination. We have students that are still trying to ensure that they excel with the WAEC and NECO examination between April and May. So we still have the window of June and July for these students to write this examination, because most of the tertiary institutions, the window for them to admit students is September, October. And it's a CBT examination, for crying out loud. We should have even gotten to that stage whereby you write your examination and you get your results. Of your home. And get the results almost immediately.
You can be marked almost immediately. So I also wanted to talk about that because that's the same sentiments that the professor we spoke to yesterday shared. He is of the opinion that these exams are too fast and they're sort of clustered. You have JAMB can work with WAEC to ensure that, okay, what's your timetable?
No, the schedule doesn't change. So WAEC's timetable, WAEC's schedule for exam is fixed. Yes. NECO time is fixed. So we can have JAMB schedule their exam between June and July, and it won't disturb admission.
Move it away from the time where you have with NECO and WAEC, so that these students can have enough time to read
and prepare.
And he's of the opinion that this also it also sort of impacts on the performance that we've seen. Is that some of the things you have also noticed?
Well, getting feedback from teachers themselves, they told me, one of the teachers I spoke to in the course of filming the special report last week said a particular teacher tried to solve a physics question from JAMB, and it took him about 15 minutes to actually solve the question. So it means that it's not just the normal curriculum that you have to deal with. You're dealing with pure A-levels. So it means that even the curriculum actually has to be revised, not just only the timetable for when the exam should be conducted. The curriculum actually has to be revisited to ensure that the students know what they're preparing for. Because many a times, most people deal with past questions. They deal with just the basic that maybe they are taught in schools, not knowing that you have to go outside the box to ensure that you excel in this examination. But I think we should move away from that era whereby we are looking out for statistics of saying students actually fail, they did not score up to 200. We should come to that era whereby we should be accountable ensuring that everyone is excellent and students know what to prepare for to ensure that they're able to compete in the global space. Because these same students that you're turning down, if they go to other countries, they will excel. And what does that make us look like? Not a serious set of people.
So there are people who have been writing these exams for years now. I wonder, you know, what's their fate this year as well. Thank you so much, Sharon. I know that you're monitoring. You will bring us more updates when you get them. Our senior correspondent Sharon Ijasan live for us here in the studio.